his feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Good afternoon. You are tuned into Ability Matters, a program that covers matters to do with abilities, disabilities, and everything in between. Ability Matters is one of the longest-running disability-related programs in the whole wide world. Starting as Headway On Air in 2007, you can now listen to podcasts of previous Ability Matters programs on YouTube and Spotify. Just search for Ability Matters. Ability Matters is brought to you by...
Yes, this is Ability Matters. I'm your host, Tony Sconilio, and with me as per usual with my co-host, Bec. How are you, Bec?
Good. How are you today, Tony?
I'm going all right.
That's
a few
great.
little imperfections just then, but it's okay. I'm going to stick with it. And we
Keep
have,
rolling.
Yes, and the other host is currently, we're wishing him good health and all that kind of thing. We'd like to get Alan.
Hope everything goes well and you're on the mend soon, Alan.
Good stuff, buddy. I feel the same way. Don't worry. Okay. And with us today, we have a special...
We do. We have Kiosha, and she's from the Community and Engagement team at Wollongong City Council. How are you today, Kiosha?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me on the show. I'm happy to be here.
Very important information you've got to share with everyone, so I thought this is a very well worth a while cause, and people need to hear more about it.
Yeah, definitely. So we're creating our next Disability Inclusion Action Plan. And that plan outlines the things that Council will do to improve access, inclusion and participation for people with disability in our city. That plan will look at things like our services, our facilities, and also things that we can do to make community life better or easier for people to participate in. And the plan has a life over a set period of time. So for this next plan, it'll be from 2026 to 2030.
Awesome. So thank you so much for telling us a bit about what the Disability Inclusion Action Plan is. Because some people call it the DIAP acronym. And either way, I think some people are a little bit like, oh, what's that? So
yeah, a bit scared.
Yeah, and we do love our acronyms at Council.
Yeah. A lot of places do. It's a thing.
Yes.
You're not alone, don't worry.
So I suppose I'll ask you the next question I had for you, which was along the lines of how many years between reviews of these plans?
Yeah, so with these plans, it's not just about reviewing them, but creating a whole new one. So we build on the work that we've already done as part of our previous plans. So this next plan will be our third Disability Inclusion Action Plan. So we had our first one in 2016, and that covered us for a 4-year period up to 2020. Our second one from 2020 up to 2025, which is the one that's just about to end. And then we're creating our next one, which will cover us for another 4-year period. So that's
kind of like the Olympics, yeah? 4-year period?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that 4-year period is something that's legislated by the state government for the plan to go for that period of time. But we've also found at Council that it's a really good amount of time for us to deliver on the smaller improvements that the community has shared with us, and then also to work towards bigger improvements that the community said that they want to see as well.
So this only happens once every couple of years, so it's really important for people to get out there and fill in some information and give you guys some feedback on what they want to see improved in their local area.
Oh, definitely.
So you need that feedback, don't you?
We do, yes.
Otherwise, you don't know what needs to be fixed up or anything like that.
Exactly. And so the way that we create these plans, it's about what are the things that Council's already working on that we want to continue to make better? What are the things that the community tells us are working well for them that they want to see more of, or the things that aren't working so well that they want to see us improve?
So without feedback, the community is basically treading blind, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I guess it's about we want to create a space that's best for community, and that's for everyone in the community. And the people who are best placed to tell us what we can do is that community. So for this plan in particular, it's people with disability and people who are carers of people with disability.
Well, I was just thinking, speaking of feedback, I forgot to say thank you to Lillian Wins for filling in for Tim Brosnan's show Through the Past Darkly. Good stuff there, Lil. Thank you very much. And now getting back to your form of feedback. Go for it.
Yeah, so actually, I was just thinking, I'm not sure about you, but I regularly hear people complain and say how bad things are. This is their chance. Come on, you need to tell people what's wrong, not working, otherwise it can't get fixed up.
Otherwise, yeah, without your when I say your, I mean the public, without the public's 2 cents worth, the council have no idea what they need to fix. And that's what people always say, yeah, but what's the council doing with the money? Well, this is your chance, guys. Step up, and do we have a number for the council? How are we going to contact the council? Not yet? Okay, that will happen later in the show. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so I suppose now we should... Yeah, and you got to keep listening. But we might flick to a song now, if that's okay. A song or two.
Radio. I'm going to open up the show with some Eric Clapton, Change the World from 1996. Speaking of changing the world, there we go. From the album Phenomenon. And then after that, we got the Carpenters. And yes, I just played for you The Carpenters with Top of the World from 1972. That was actually the single version. 1970. Oh, sorry. The album version was released in 1972, but the single version was released in 1973. There you go. But the previous song, I just realised, I mentioned it was Eric Clapton Changed the World, an album Phenomenon, but I didn't say it was released in 1996. There you go. And I just heard something else from the other side of the desk there. What was there?
Oh, yeah, the Carpenter's song is actually in the Shrek movie.
In the Shrek.
And that's when he's running through the field getting chased by all the people with pitchforks.
Right.
That did popped into my head as soon as I heard that song.
There you go. There's something I didn't click in my head, but because I had the album version, single version, whatnot there, but there you go.
He's reminiscing about the good days when people chased him with pitchforks and stuff.
Thinking back to the good old times. Yeah.
Yeah, so
on top of the world. Okay, and also, I'll mention this later on, but yeah, go back to the interview between Bec and
Kiosha,
yeah. I was only going to say Kiosha then, but okay.
That's completely fine.
Not Kiosha. No,
not Kiosha. Sounds like an ice cream.
It's not an air compressor. Kiosha. No.
Go for it, girls.
So
I should say ladies, not girls.
I'm here talking with Kiosha. She's from the community development and engagement team at Wollongong City Council, and we're talking about the Disability Inclusion Action Plan. Very vital bit of information, a bit of work that they're doing to get feedback from the community to let them know what they need to do and how they can improve things that might be in your local area. So, going off that, we've just talked about how many years between reviews. So, it's a while. We do need to get in there when we can and give them an idea of what's actually happening. And now, I suppose the next question for you is, what are the kind of things people can give feedback on? Because they may think that it's only access or mobility or certain aspects of people that with a disability. But it's so much more. There's so much involved in that. So would you like to share with us what those things might be?
Yeah, definitely. So with our Disability Inclusion Action Plan, it's very much about the things that council can work on and can change. And I'd say in the past, our plan, because we've had 2 previous plans before creating this next one, in the past we've definitely had a strong focus on physical access. Not to say that we haven't focused or given attention to people with other needs, so people within the disability community, but there's a range of things that council can work on and that people can give us feedback on. So we want to hear from people about what it's like to move about their suburb and the places they visit. So that could be about things like parking, footpaths, anything to do with them moving about. What it's like to go to parks, playgrounds, beaches or pools, using council services and going to events and activities, and also some of our facilities. So that could be our community centres or our libraries. We also want to hear about the things that make people feel safe in their community, and also about what are the things that make people feel part of their community, like they belong and like they're connected and can be involved in community life just like everybody else.
That's a massive thing, to be part of what the changes are going to be. And I think that a lot of people would actually feel more inclined to say something that they had thought that they probably shouldn't say. But if that's going to make it a better place for you to live and get around, it's probably a good idea to mention that.
Oh, definitely. And I think particularly when it comes to people feeling part of their community or feeling safe in their community, that can look different for everyone. So any ideas people have, we want to hear them. Other things people can tell us about, employment is one of the 4 focus areas of the plan. With that, as I said before, it's very much about what council can do, things that we can change. So when it comes to employment, we're very much interested about how we can make our workplace a better place for people with disability to work, and how we can support our employees who are already within our workplace as well.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. So that's kind of like promoting your workplace as an employer of choice. If they have a disability, they can come and submit their application with you, and you'll be looking at that a little bit closely, working out how you can work with them.
Yeah, definitely. And we already have, we know 1 in 5 people in Australia live with some form of disability. So they're people who are our friends, our neighbours, our colleagues at work.
Yeah.
So as part of that, we want to hear from community, but we also want to hear from our staff members as well about what are the things that we're doing well and what are the things that they like to see us do in the future.
Oh, wow. So there's a broad range of different topics that people can talk about and let you know where they might want to see some improvements.
Yeah. The list does go on if you want me to keep
Go
going.
for it. Continue on.
I can see that you've got a good, maybe 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's lots of dot points here.
Wow.
So given council's such a big organisation, and there's many different ways that we work with the community and that we service the community. Another thing people could tell us about is how they would like to give information to council. So that could be about providing feedback on projects that we're working on, and how they'd like, and how they'd like to get information from council. So what's the best way that we could share that?
Okay, so it would be is it through like an ad on the radio, or is it through an ad on the TV?
Or do you mean how they found out about the how they learned about where they're supposed to contact and get back to the voice of the community, sort of thing?
Yeah, it could be lots of different ways. So some of the things that we've done in the past to make improvements is to upgrade our web pages to make them more accessible. Yeah. All the documents that we put on our website, so making sure they can be accessed by screen readers, so people with different...
Oh, okay, yeah. So, say someone with a vision impairment aren't actually able to read the words on the screen. It can read aloud for them, so it's telling them what actually
what's being said.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking out of the box there. I know another person that might have a spinal cord injury, might not be able to actually maneuver too well and look at the screen with their head and things like that properly, so they might need read aloud software as well. So there's a few different ways that the read aloud software could be accessed and used.
Yeah, and I think there's things that we know about, but there's also things that we don't know about, which is why we want to hear from the community about what works for them and what they'd like to see us implement within council.
Cool. You got any more points?
So they're the pretty broad, I guess, things that people can tell us about. But in saying that, people can tell us about anything that they think would make their community or our community a better place for people to live.
Because I know that there's people out there that have very rare conditions, and it might not affect a whole heap of people in the community, but it might help make it better for that small niche of people.
And because of that
experience that.
Sorry, Bec, because of that feeling, I feel like they may not be important enough to make a mention of anything like that, but
Not belong in their
Exactly, yes.
community.
Yeah, everyone's important.
that's right.
Everyone's a part of our community and they deserve to be able to participate in the same way as anyone else. So whether it's big ideas, small ideas, people who have a unique experience or set of circumstances, we're encouraging anyone to participate and share their feedback and ideas.
Make sure
Cool.
you're heard. That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exciting. So are there any events in the community people are able to attend? I know you've got some different discussions happening around the community.
We do. And we have some happening this week. So in terms of events, we have workshops coming up. So that's an opportunity for community members to talk directly with council staff about what's important to them and their ideas for the future. This week, we have 2 workshops. So the first one is an online workshop, which will have transcription and options for live captions.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's open for anyone.
So of course, that means you need the internet, yes, online.
Yes, so this one will be held via Microsoft Teams.
Right.
And people can register their interest. I'll go into the details of that a little bit later. But
Teams, the chat program, yeah? The chat
Yeah.
software? Right.
yeah, so you can have an online
Video chat, sorry.
video chat. Yes, we'll have an online meeting, and that one is tomorrow, so the 30th of July, and that's from 5 till 6:30. We have a face-to-face workshop coming up a little bit later this week. So we have decided to go down the track of doing targeted workshops to talk to people with different types of disability.
On a more specific level, yes?
Yes.
Targeted, that's right, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So on Thursday, the 31st of July, so from 11 till 1, we'll be at Corrimal Community Centre, and we're wanting to talk with people who have autism or who are neurodiverse. And then in the next few weeks, we have more targeted workshops. So the ones coming up are for people with non-visible disability or cognitive or intellectual disability. Another one for people who are blind or have low vision. Another for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. And the last one for people with physical disability. So the reason that we've done the targeted workshops is we're really mindful that people have different experiences. And because they have different experiences, they might have different needs that we need to be aware of. And so by being able to have a chat with people who may have a similar experience because of the type of disability that they have, then that really gives us a unique opportunity to have a chat about what's working well and what's not working so well for them.
I dare say that you might have someone mention something and then that the rest of the room, they say, oh, yeah. I hadn't thought about that. And so that gives you a broad idea and a little bit of takeaway that there's actually something in that.
Yeah.
And it might need to be something to look at.
And that's the beauty of having these workshops and bringing people with similar experiences together is people can bond over their similar experience, but then they also start a conversation and we join that conversation about how we can make improvements. So that's the beauty of working directly with the community and why we want to have people involved.
That sounds really great. So you'll have to stay tuned a little bit later because Kiosha will share how you can get involved with these different things.
And more importantly, with all the specific contact details.
Yes. So I dare say we'll go to some more tunes now, Tony, if that's okay with you.
Now, anyone who's out there maybe heard the sad news that the Prince of Darkness has passed away over, I think it was last week sometime. Yeah, I think it was the 22nd, yes. Yeah, well, I'm talking about Ozzy Osbourne, of course. Yeah, he was a great voice for Black Sabbath, and of course he had his own individual stuff as well. And he passed away with problems due to Parkinson's, on top of his own heavy rock star lifestyle as well. So, yeah, 22nd of July is when he passed away, exactly, but yeah. His cause of death has been left as non-specified, but I'm pretty sure it's coming back to complications to do with Parkinson's and that kind of thing. So here we go. I'm going to play his most well-known song, Crazy Train, from 1980 debut solo artist album, Blizzard of Oz. Yeah, we miss you, buddy. Here we go. Anyone who doesn't know, here's what it's all about, okay? Yeah. excuse me, there was a bit of a technical glitch there, but go for it. We're having to go straight back to the interview between Bec and Kiosha.
It's a taster of what's to come.
Yeah, just a taste, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so talking to Kiosha about the Disability Inclusion Action Plan. She's part of Community Development and Engagement Team at Wollongong City Council. So we're just letting people know how they can get involved with this, because something that could be of great benefit to you and have your chance to have your voice and be included in the conversation.
Your powerful 2 cents worth, that's right.
Yeah, you never know. It
Exactly.
could be an awesome idea and no one else has thought of it. We need everyone to get involved and get
chances
on
are also
board.
very high that you're not the only one that your little issue is affecting. So don't be afraid.
True. It may be something that's
More widely spread.
very common and people find that as an issue,
Just
but
no
no
one
one
else-
says anything about it. So,
Yeah, because no one else has the, say, strength or...
yeah, just have that courage.
That's
Don't
the courage,
be
yes.
scared. It's on paper or whatever. It might be called to have a chat over the a video conference about
Yeah.
it and give a bit more detail, but it's only you and the person on the other end, so you don't need to worry about that.
Yep.
You can just say what you need to say.
Well, let's actually let Kiosha answer the question and we'll go from there, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just having a go on that now. Which methods can people provide their comments and feedback?
Yes, so we have a lot of different methods that people can get involved and provide feedback and comments and their ideas about what we could do better or different things that they'd like to see. People can give feedback via a survey. So the survey is available in hard copy in all of our libraries. So we have 7 libraries between Helensburgh and in our local government area. So our local government area is from Helensburgh all the way down to Windang and Haywards Bay. So we're looking for people who live in that area to give us feedback. So if you pop down to your local library, you'll be able to find a hard copy survey and a reply paid envelope that you can fill in and then put in the mailbox and it'll come straight back to us.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's one way. Other ways is by visiting our council website. So you can also just Google our Wollongong and scroll down the page a little bit until you see the tile that says help make our next disability inclusion action plan. So on this webpage, you can find an online version of the survey. You can find information about the workshops that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And through there, we're asking people to register if they'd like to come along to the workshops, because then we have a good idea of how many people are coming along. And also when you register, we ask people if they have any support needs that will help enable them to participate. So that could be things like an Auslan interpreter, maybe someone needs a quiet space if they have to step away for a minute. It could be many things. So if you have different support needs, please include them there. There is a stories tool, so people can upload pictures, videos, web pages, or just write down their ideas. Things that people could share is if they've seen something that's been done elsewhere that was great and they'd love to see it in Wollongong, that's a great place to provide that kind of feedback. And then something I'm very excited about is we're inviting people with disability and carers to express their interest to be part of a community advisory group. So you can find the form to fill out if you'd like to express your interest to be part of this community advisory group. But this group will work closely with council staff to set the priorities for the plan and to give us feedback on the plan as we create it. So the people who will be part of this community advisory group will also be paid for their involvement, because
Exciting.
It is.
That's wonderful, I suppose, because valuable contribution and input to what you've got to work with and what you have to develop.
yeah, and honestly, the lived experience of people, whether they're people with disability or people who are carers of disability, is invaluable when it comes to making this plan. We can't make a plan that responds to the community needs without having spoken to the people who live in our community.
Well said, Kiosha.
What you're saying is, for you to answer their questions or deal with their points of issue, you have to hear it from them first, yes?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't think you can try and work out all the possible things in your head of what people want to do, so they have to use their voice.
Yeah, and I always say that the reason we exist is to work for and with the community, so this is the perfect chance to do that, is to involve people.
Yeah, definitely.
And so our community, I'll just plug here, our community engagement, so like the survey, the workshops, the way that people can provide feedback, so that could be via a phone call, or they could also send us an email. I'll give the details on that in a minute. But all of that closes on the 15th of September, and that's also the last day for people to submit an expression of interest to be part of the community advisory group as well.
Oh, so
you're speaking...
So you've got a little bit of time.
We do.
Or they do as well. They've got a bit of time to think about what they want to put in there and let you guys know about.
And yes, and I would also say that people can fill out their survey once, and if, between now and the 15th of September, there's something else that crosses their mind, something else they've seen that they want to tell us about, send us an email, fill out the survey again, give us a phone call. You can respond more than once.
There it is again, phone call. Have you mentioned the number?
Yes.
We're going to do that. How can they get in contact with you? 'Cause there's a few different options that people have available to them to send you information.
Different roads, yeah.
Yes, there's lots of different
I
ways.
think phone call would probably be the more common one, so let's see the number.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways people can chat with us, or people can have a conversation with us, and they can call us. So the council number is 4227 7111, and you'll go through to our customer service team, and they know to put you through to have a conversation with me. People can send an email. So emails can be directed to engagement@wollongong.nsw.gov.au. Like I said before, people can visit our website.
Could you please repeat both of those things you just mentioned, the number and then the email?
Of course. So
I'm a pretty fast writer. I didn't get down quick enough, so you go for it.
That's okay. So the phone number is 4227 7111.
Got that, yes.
And the email address is engagement@wollongong.nsw.gov.au.
So that was engagement@Wollongong
engagement@Wollongong.
Yes.
.nsw.gov.au.
Beautiful. So I've got it down. If you want to call back this little studio here, the number is for VOX FM is 42269393. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll give that to our office staff, then they can pass that information on to you.
Beautiful. There you go. So it'll be available after this show is finished. Okay? Hopefully, yes.
I think there's one more way too that they can...
Another way, yes.
Yes. So another option is, if you like to write letters, you can send a letter through to the engagement team at Wollongong City Council, which is locked bag 8821 Wollongong DC NSW 2500.
That's something different. I have to repeat again slowly, but yeah. All I got down there was locked bagged. Okay, I don't think... Yeah, I suppose... What's the nickname now? It's called snail mail or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't hold very true to a lot of that sort of thing, but I think...
Older people do.
I think,
Older people do.
I think snail mail is probably better than email, because I've got 1,000 different emails and I tend to just disregard them.
Too much.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, it's good to have all these things available to you, so very well. As you may have heard, listeners, I accidentally started playing a song by mistake and I had to cut it off, but the song I started playing was Clarence Clemens and Jackson Brown, You're a Friend of Mine, from 1985 album Hero. Well, here we go again. Yeah. And yes, we just heard from Nana Muscari with the song 4 and 20 Hours, 7 days of every week, I Love You. That was your request there, Mama, and from the 1972 album Passport. Hope you enjoyed it there.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah. And we've got 10 minutes to 1 p.m, but don't forget to stay tuned for the Smooth Connection with Eileen coming up straight after this.
And I'd just like to thank Kiosha. Thank you so much for coming along and sharing all this wonderful information with us about the Disability Inclusion Action Plan and how people can get involved.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really glad that I've been able to be here and can share some information to your listeners.
Awesome. We're definitely going to get you back, and we'll have you back probably early next year when you've got that out for exhibition for the community to give some feedback on. But I'll get you, if you don't mind, just to repeat those contact details again, just to let people know how they can get involved.
Thank
Listeners,
you.
pen and paper handy. Here we go.
Thank you.
Or in your mobile phone, straight direct, whatever. Go for it.
Yeah, so there's lots of different ways that people can provide feedback or can contact us if they want more information on what we're doing with our Disability Inclusion Action Plan. So people can call us to have a conversation over the phone. So our phone number at council is 4227 7111, and that will take you through to our customer service team, and they can link you directly with myself or another member of the team who's working on this with me. You could send